Writing code using a process. Writing code is much like painting, furniture making, or cooking. It isn't always obvious how the end product was created. However, all programs, even mysterious ones, are created using a process. Sure, there is a format, right? Yeah, there is methodology always. Here are two of the most popular processes used today. Waterfall. Yes, waterfall. A set of sequential steps followed to create a program. Agile. A set of iterative steps followed to create a program. Okay, figure 3-2-1. The waterfall and the agile process are two different ways of creating software. Okay, so please look at the diagram. About waterfall method. The highest, from the highest place to the lowest place. So in the highest place, as a first step, research, business pre-requirements, and then go to down step, take a lower step, design, technique, design, what is this, and then coding and testing, then lastly debug. The last is debug. Client OK and launch. I see. In contrast to the water method, there is agile method as well. For example, this is all about PDCA cycle, doing many PDCA cycle at once. I mean in the one certain period. So debug, then research, then design, then code, then debug, and go to the another cycle. Research, design, code, debug, and then going to another cycle. Research, design, code, and debug, and so on, and so on, and so on. Let me describe a specific scenario to explain how these two processes work. Imagine that you want to build a restaurant app that does the following two things. It displays restaurant information such as hours of operation and the menu. It allows users to make or cancel reservations. Using the waterfall method, you define everything the app needs to do. You design both the information display and the reservation parts of the application, code the entire app, and then release the app to users. Sure. In contrast, using the agile method, you define, design, and code only the information display portion of the app, release it to users, and collect feedback. Yes, collect feedback, right? So PDCA cycle. Based on the feedback collected, you then redesign and make changes to the information display to address major concerns. When you are satisfied with the information display piece, you then define, design, and build the reservation part of the app. Again, you collect feedback and refine the reservation features to address major concerns. Sure. The agile methodology stresses shorter development times and has increased in popularity as the pace of technological change has increased. The waterfall approach, on the other hand, demands that the developer code and release the entire app at once. But since completing a large project takes an enormous amount of time, changes in the technology may occur before the finished product arrives. If you use the waterfall method to create the restaurant app example, the technology needed to take reservations may change by the time you get around to coding that portion of the app. Still, the waterfall approaches remain popular in certain contexts, such as with financial and government software, where requirements and approval are obtained at the beginning of the project and whose documentation of a project must be complete. Sure. Technical stuff. The healthcare.gov website, released in October 2013, was developed using a waterfall style process. Testing of all the code occurred in September 2013, when the entire system was assembled. Unfortunately, the tests occurred too late and weren't comprehensive, resulting in not enough time to fix errors before launching the site publicly. Regardless of whether you pick the Agile or Waterfall methodology, coding an app involves 4 steps: 1, 2, 3, 4. Researching what you want to build. 2. Designing your app. 3. Coding your app. 4. Debugging your code. Remember, on average, you'll spend much more time researching, designing, and debugging your app than doing actual coding, which is the opposite of what you might expect. These steps are described in the section that follow. You'll use this process when you create your own app in Book 5, Chapter 1. Okay?